Good morning, everybody. My name's Brittany, and today we're going to be having a training seminar on diversity in the workplace. So, I'm going to give you the lesson plan and the trainer feedback form that you fill out at the end. So there you go. There you go. So, today we're going to go over our lesson plan, our training objectives, our icebreaker game. Then we're going to talk about diversity a little bit, so what it is. And then we're going to have the potato game, which is going to be our activity today. And then at the end, we'll go through any questions and the feedback form. So if you turn your lesson plan over to the other page, oh, you guys are already there. We're going to be talking about diversity, so trainees will be able to learn the benefits and the importance of having a diverse workforce. Trainees will learn how diversity issues impact us in our daily interactions and in the workplace. So from 8 till 8:03, we'll be doing this introduction and our icebreaker game. And then we'll go over the lesson plan as well, which we're doing right now. We're going to introduce and complete the potato game from 8:06 to 8:15. And then at the end, we'll have 10 minutes for time or for questions and the feedback for it. So let's look at the icebreaker game. So we're gonna go through what's your name, what's your favorite color, and what do you know about diversity. So I'm Brittany, and my favorite color is pink. And I'm gonna be teaching you guys about diversity today. How about you?
My name is Stephanie, and my favorite color is orange, just because I just find it to be like happiness, essentially. It's just bright and let's get the day going. And diversity is pretty just much making sure that like everyone has different views, different looks, everyone's different, and we should accept them for who they are.
Exactly.
My name's Kara. My favorite color is purple because I think it's cool and calming. And I would define diversity by saying it is a collection of different people of different backgrounds, regardless of who or what they are, coming together to work in one space.
Yeah, exactly. So we all kind of have different views. We all liked a different color. Not each one of us was the same. So that's kind of cool. That's diverse. We kind of had different views on diversity too. So let's continue to our definition of diversity. So this is the inclusion of individuals representing more than one national origin, color, region, social, economic, and sexual orientation. So this would be an example of diversity in the workplace. So let's move on to our game, the potato game. So, I have a little story to tell you. I have here a potato. I don't know about you, but I've never thought much about these potatoes. I thought they were all pretty well the same. Sometimes I wonder if people or potatoes are a lot like people. So, I'm going to get you guys to take a potato. There you go. And I'm just going to give you guys a minute to look at it. Look at its bumps, its bruises, and then I'm going to get you to tell a story about it. All right. You guys know your potatoes a little bit better now? Okay, so this is my potato. It's Martha. Her and I go way back. Her and I met in elementary school, friends till death. Martha just moved away. Feels different. She's got many differences than I do. different bumps, different bruises. She's more introvert, I'm more extrovert. We have many similarities. We like to shop till we drop, go to the movies, horror movies especially. So this is Martha, that's my potato. Can you guys tell me a story about yours?
This is my potato. His name is Ted. Ted and I have known each other for only a few years. He's been a hard worker. He's been through a lot in life. He has a lot of things that he doesn't like to share, and that's okay, because we have a lot of things that we do talk about, like same games, same TV shows. A lot of it is surface level. We don't know each other that well, but we're going to be good friends.
Hi. How about you?
This is my potato. His name is Ernie. He's quite old, very wrinkly, soft, hard to get to know. We've only known each other for a couple months. I go and visit him at his house. He has a lot of scars from the war, and he is very taken advantage of from his kids, as you can tell from the sadness in his eyes. He likes to talk about the old days of when he fought in the war, and he enjoys telling the stories to people who will listen. He's very calm, and he likes his morning coffee.
Ooh, I like that. So, could you say that all our potatoes are the same? No. No, they have very different backgrounds, very, very different. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna put our potatoes back into this bag. There we go. And I'm gonna mix them up. Mix, mix, mix. Give it a mix. Awesome. So I'm now gonna dump them out on the table right over here. And we're gonna pick our potatoes again. I think that we all pretty well picked the same potato. Well, perhaps potatoes are a little like people. Sometimes we lump up a group of people together, or thought it was important enough to get to know the person. When we do, we find out everyone is different and special in some way, just like our potato people. So that was the potato game. So it kind of just makes you think of first impressions and what you think of somebody, and ultimately how your first response to somebody is going to be and the first impression you take from them. And we kind of want to drop that. We want to just remove first impressions, get to know the person, and then decide if you like them or not. So now we're going to move on to a discussion. On the front of your lesson plan, I'd like you to just brainstorm some ideas of what you think of a diverse group. Just some groups where people are lumped together.
Where they're lumped together?
So like high school, you got your cheerleaders, your nerds. We can use high school as an example. So some groups in high school that are diverse where they just stick to each other. All right, are we ready? Perfect. So can we list off some?
Jocks,
Yeah.
stoners,
Yeah.
cheerleaders, loners, goths, musicians, the artsy kids. And then I'd also say like the prep, so like the rich kids,
Yeah.
and book, geeks, I guess, book geeks.
Ooh, don't forget the dramas.
Yeah, the artsy drama people.
Well, there's a difference between musical dramas and artsy dramas.
You got your painters and your actors.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we got a pretty good list of some groups here. Did you have anything else to add, Kara?
I think I had the teacher's pets and
Yeah.
the nerds were my main two.
And the nerds. All right, so these are some pretty stereotypical high school groups we got here. So we got your jocks, your stoners, cheerleaders, loners, goths, musicians, preps, geeks, art and drama students, and then your teacher's pets and your nerds. So do you think that these people would really come out of their groups at all and hang out with each other?
In high school? No.
In high school, no, they would have stuck to their own groups. So we're just gonna ask a couple questions here. So when we lump everyone from the same group and assume they all have the same characters, what are we doing? What is this called? So what do you guys think of this?
We're judging them essentially.
So this is your first impression.
Yeah, we're stereotyping them.
Yeah, I'd definitely say there's a stereotype associated with each one of those groups.
Yeah, definitely. And so, do you know a lot of people from the groups we tend to lump together? Do they all fit into these stereotypes?
I think in high school, when you're in that situation, which is why they're all drilled in her brains, you can see those a lot more, those kinds of groups. But once you get out of high school, I don't think you notice them as much. I think your mindset kind of matures out of it.
Yeah, and would you guys say that these are also still like incorporated in the workforce today?
I think so, just because like people have their cliques, like when you start working there, you get kind of integrated into a group, and then when someone new comes in, it's kind of like,
Maybe it's less stereotypical like this in like groups like the jocks, the cheerleaders, stuff like that. It's not based on your popularity, it's based on who you like,
yeah.
essentially. Yes. And so do you believe these stereotypes are dangerous?
100%. Yeah.
And what kind of scenarios could it lead to?
I think people get trapped by their label and they either try to do something drastic to get out of it, or they're stuck in it for the rest of their lives and they never change because they're forced to live under people's view of things.
Exactly. They just kind of get into those stereotypes and then they fit them and they just don't leave. Yeah. How about you?
I feel the exact same thing.
So that brings us to the end. Do you guys have any questions?
I suppose, because groups change when you go from like your high school point of view to your work point of view, and it is all about having more views into one. Is there a way that we can think about it differently to change the groups and be able to move around in them more, or are we still kind of trapped by them even now?
I think we'll always be trapped by stereotypes because you can't change somebody's first impression of somebody. So if somebody's gonna like them, they're gonna like them. If they're not gonna like them, they're not. And they're gonna group them into a stereotype that they think is acceptable to society. And we want people to bring their what's diverse about them to the table. We want them to use those assets for companies and for training even. Diverse views can bring more to the table than just what I think. Any more questions? No. All right, so you do have a feedback form. I'm gonna give you about 5 minutes to fill them out. Thank you. All right, so I just want to thank you guys for coming out to this training seminar for diversity today. We just kind of want to reduce stereotypes and create more diverse workforces, and by doing these training, we believe we are. So just thank you so much for coming out, and I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day.
Thank you.
Thank you.